Hi, this is James Delaney Mystery, and we are back with Mike Lungu, telling us about his research and his delving into flying saucers and the unknown. Mike, over to you.
Okay, so after my first encounter, I was very intrigued by the idea of UFOs. Before, I was not a believer of that at all, but upon research, what got me hooked is top military generals of all Air Force bases globally, Russia, to be specific, Russia and the US, they had confidential or secret information in regards to the whole UFO encounters and stuff because they have actually had a couple of encounters. But that was just one part which convinced me. But there's a doctor who goes by the name of Dr. Stephen Greer, and what intrigued me the most about the existence of extraterrestrial life and stuff is the fact that his uncle, or growing up, his uncle was a scientist, and he, of course, walked that path too. But the crazy thing is, Stephen Greer's uncle, I think, was the secretary of George Bush at the time during his presidency or something like that. So at the time, George Bush and the director of the CIA actually went to Stephen Greer's uncle because he knew about flying saucers and had other information and stuff like that. They literally went to him to get more information because they were being denied access by the military. So that's what got me thinking that this is real. For a president to get information denied and for him to reach out to a civilian about that information. And just to top it up, Stephen Greer was a doctor, like I mentioned. He, after that whole encounter of George Bush and the director of CIA coming to him, he literally quit his job. He quit being a doctor just to study UFOs. And that's when I knew that there is something out there. And he's got crazy UFO stories because he actually did get abducted at the age of 18. But with that being said, the whole crazy thing about this whole research which he had began on his own is that he had started the research with three of his other colleagues, and they were all diagnosed with cancer at the same time. And two of his colleagues passed on, and he just happened to survive. And that just gave me even more credibility that if it was nothing or if it wasn't that serious, and then it wouldn't make sense for them to all get diagnosed with cancer at the same time, because they
Well,
knew.
it seemed maybe improbable, unless
Yeah,
they were working on some specific project that exposed himself to, like carcinogens.
yeah, but that potentially could be the reason. But initially, I think we all know the reason. The government doesn't want anybody to know about this. And upon watching like all UFO documentaries or most documentaries you could find on the internet, um, I was just intrigued by the idea that some of these documentaries are no longer to be found on the internet today, currently in 2024. But during 2020, you could actually get them on the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, I think let's wrap it up.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Mike.